Been 9 years in the making, but the Royals are playing some postseason baseball. After a Cole Reagan's masterclass of a pitching performance yesterday, the Royals hope to wrap up the series today with Seth Lugo on the mound. Game 2 of the American League Wildcard Series. Top of the first, the Pasquatch, back from the dead, gets this one into right field, scoring Michael Massey and giving the Royals an early lead. Baltimore strike back though with a Cindric Mullen shot to right field as the O's tie this one up in the 5th. Same inning, bases loaded, 2 outs, Seth Lugo out, Angel Zerpa in. He forces this ground out to Bobby Witt Jr., keeping the game tied at 1. Bobby Witt Jr. kept it tied, but breaks it here on this infield single, running 31.4 feet per second to break this one out. To score Kyle Isbell, Lucas Erceg closes this one out, sending the Royals to the divisional series, knocking off the Orioles. The Royals hold this one 2-1 over Baltimore. The Kansas City Royals are playing in the division series for the first time since 2015. However, they're playing the best team in the American League, the New York Yankees. The Royals did not fare well against the Yankees this season, going just 2-5 against the Bronx Bombers. However, the Royals went 2-4 against the Orioles in the regular season, and they swept them in the wild card. The Royals play them tonight in New York at 5:38 Central Time, with Game 2 being on Monday.
To be honest, this Chiefs team should be below 500, or at least pretty close to it. But somehow they come into this week with a record of 10-1 and have a chance to clinch the earliest playoff berth since the 2009 Colts. Las Vegas Raiders at Arrowhead yesterday for a chilly matchup. Game would start slow, but in the second quarter, Patrick Mahomes lobs a pass to Justin Watson in the end zone. That score makes Mahomes the Chiefs' all-time passing touchdowns leader. Raiders fighting back, 16-10 KC in the fourth. Aiden O'Connell finds Trey Tucker deep, and Tucker turns on the burners. A 58-yard touchdown gives Vegas the lead. Chiefs take the lead back with a Matthew Wright field goal. But look at this. Just seconds left in the game. The Raiders in place to kick a game-winning field goal, but a miscommunication leads to an early snap, a loose ball, and a fumble recovery from Mizzou alum Nick Bolton. The Raiders are going to Raider, and the Chiefs win 19-17, coming away with another improbable win. Kansas City is 9-0 in one-score games this season. Mizzou's volleyball team went to back-to-back Sweet 16s in 2016 and 2017. They haven't been back since, but the Tigers were a win away from changing that last night. Mizzou facing SMU in Dallas for a spot in the next round. Few better from the service line than Mizzou's Jordan Iliff. There's an ace. Tigers won the first set 25-22. More Mizzou in the second set. Janet Damaris puts up the block. Tigers also win the second set. So they're going for another sweep. Third set was a marathon, scoring into the 30s when SMU finally won it on this ace, 33-31. Tigers and Mustangs continue to battle with a Michael Vernon put Mizzou up late in the set. She had 23 kills, ended it for the Tigers, and Mizzou is off to the Sweet 16. The Norm Stewart Classic at Mizzou Arena is well underway, and the Tolton Catholic boys are still going strong. The Blazers tried to avenge their loss to Principa in the Classic on Thursday. This time around, Tolton faced Little Rock Central. Early going on Norm Stewart court, Zay Wilson knocks down this three, answer an early Central bucket, Blazers up by 1. Then Tolton's Blake Pinchton with a little step back that goes down, and it was back and forth in the first quarter. It's Pinchton again. He signed to play college basketball at McKendree. He weaves his way to the basket there. Tolton wins this one 57-53. Same matchup on the boys' side, Fellowship in Jamestown. Jamestown out to an early lead. Tate Duncan with the steal, turns defense and offense 4-2 Eagles. On the next play, it's Fellowship. Luke Davis with a steal of its own. Davis ties it on the other end. Fellowship started to build a lead, and Jake Davis hits a 3. And the Knights take it 65-51. Former Mizzou linebacker and head coach Barry Odom leading his UNLV Rebels against Boise State. Broncos have Heisman candidate Ashton Jeanty. Jeanty's got a lot of talent. There he goes, 75 yards to score, make it 21-0 as Boise State wins this one 21-7 and locks themselves in the college football playoff. Herman looking to advance, hosting Bowling Green. Scoreless early, Herman gets a big stop on 4th down. Gary Welch gets stuffed by a group of Bearcats. Herman looking to get going on offense, trailing 6-0 with 7 minutes left in the second quarter as Henry Allerbeck throws a 48-yard strike to Nolan Mercier to tie it up at 6. But it would be all Bowling Green from there.
up 12-6 on the final play of the half. Bowling Green pulls up the trick play. Dan Dunn passes for a 27-yard touchdown, making it 26. Bowling Green holds on 28-20. Paris looking for their first ever 8-man district title against North Shelby. Second play of the game, Luke Enzor deep to Brad Skinner for a 38-yard touchdown. Paris scored 86 points last week. They're off to a fresh start, 8-0 this week. Future Coyotes going crazy. Paris defense making plays too. Brady Shivers rips the ball out and Bryce Wade recovers. That gets Paris up in great field position, up 8-0. And Coyotes capitalize. Payne Crane making everybody miss, a 37-yard touchdown. That puts up Panthers up 14-0 after a failed 2-point conversion. But North Shelby comes back to win 58-26. Concordia taking on Slater in some 8-man football. And Concordia certainly proves something, already up 7-0 thanks to an opening drive to Keelan Feeney. Picks that one off in Slater territory. On Concordia's ensuing drive, Alden Davis gets the pitch and sprints in nearly untouched to go 14-0 in the first quarter. At the start of the second quarter, push time as the goal line as Maddox Inman pushes this one in for a 27-0 lead. And Concordia doesn't look back as they won 61-12. Mizzou women's basketball on the road at Western Illinois. Tigers off to a good start. Avery Kroenke hits the turnaround jumper. Tigers up 7-2. Mizzou trailed in the second quarter though, but there's Grace Slaughter, fresh off a career high 22 points on Tuesday. She scored 14 tonight. That helped Mizzou build a lead. Former Boonville Pirate Addie Brownfield keeping her leathernecks in the game. The game buries a 3. She had 12 points. Mizzou's lead down to 7, but Abby Schnucke led the way for the Tigers. There's one of her 3-pointers. Schnucke scored 26 points as the Tigers win 75-55. The Border War returns tomorrow when Mizzou hosts KU at noon, and 3 Tigers from across the border are particularly fired up to face the Jayhawks. Aiden Shaw, Tamar Bates, Mark Mitchell all hail from Kansas City, Kansas. So as you would imagine, a win over the Jayhawks is the top of their Christmas list. Bates is 0-1 against KU while Shaw is 0-2. It's Mitchell's first border war, but after 2 years at Duke, he's got plenty of big game experience to draw from.
I think all rivalry games have a different type of energy, different type of just feeling in the air. This game will be no different. Obviously, I'm experienced in these type of situations, and obviously I can bring some of that experience to the team for the guys who might have not played last year or the year before in this game.
It's just not a normal game. It's not. We're not going to treat it that way. They're not going to treat it that way. You got to respect the history, and it's something that we all signed up for.
On the surface, it is unfathomable that a Mizzou team that lost all 19 games they played against SEC opponents last year just beat the Kansas Jayhawks, who were ranked #1. But this really isn't the same team as a season ago. Dennis Gates' Tigers take the floor for the first time since knocking off KU last Sunday as they face Long Island later on today. Chemistry has been key on Mizzou's current 8-game winning streak, and Gates says that's because veterans like Tamar Bates, Mark Mitchell, Caleb Grill, Josh Gray, and others used their experience to gel quickly.
And that synergy is coming from the personalities in one locker room. And you cannot underestimate how important that is to your identity and the confidence. So you look at those guys from the standpoint of what they have as a core given, they provide a lot.
South Shelby's Adam Gutterman said the focus this week was to burn the boats. Early in the first, Card's already going for 4th down. Chase Mullering dances around the pocket and just forced to heave it up. But Monroe City's Abrams Spicer knocks that ball away for a turnover on downs. Monroe City then tries a choir huddle to get some trickery going. 4 minutes left in the half, Dylan Ross takes the sweep, flips it to Marty Smither, who then heaves a pass to quarterback Wyatt DeGrave and sets the Panthers up for 1st and goal. 4th and goal on the same drive. Panthers stuffed at the goal line for the entire game as it was a defensive struggle all night. South Shelby wins this slugfest 6-0.